Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into a question that's been plaguing dog owners everywhere. Why does my Jack Russell follow me everywhere? If you've got one of these little fur balls, you know what I mean. It's like having a tiny four-legged shadow that's convinced you're the star of a reality show called Life with a Jack Russell. First off, let's talk about the pack mentality. Jack Russells are pack animals. And guess what? You're the pack leader. They see you as their whole universe. You could be doing the most mundane tasks, like brushing your teeth or staring blankly at the fridge. And there they are, glued to your side like they're waiting for the next big event. What's happening? Are we going to fight crime, save the world, or just stand here? Now, if you think that's cute, wait until you try to go to the bathroom. Suddenly, your Jack Russell is right there at your feet, looking up at you like you're about to make a life-altering decision. Do we really need to shut the door? What if something important happens while you're in there? It's like they think if they don't keep an eye on you, you might just disappear into another dimension. But let's get real for a second. Sometimes it's not just love. It's anxiety. If your Jack Russell has been through some rough patches, like being abandoned or having a traumatic experience, they might stick to you like glue out of fear. It's like they've got this little voice in their head saying, if I lose sight of them, I might end up back in that shelter with the sad music playing. So now you've got a dog that follows you everywhere because it thinks you're its lifeline. Talk about pressure. Then there's the whole positive reinforcement angle. If every time your Jack Russell follows you around, it gets treats or belly rubs, guess what? You've trained it to be your shadow. It's like giving a toddler candy every time they ask for it. Before long, they'll be glued to your hip asking for more. Hey, can I get a treat for existing? How about just for breathing? And let's not forget about curiosity. Jack Russells are notoriously curious creatures. They want to know what you're doing at all times. You could be doing laundry or washing dishes, and suddenly it's like you're performing brain surgery. They're peeking around corners and trying to figure out if this is the moment when you finally reveal the secrets of the universe, or just fold some socks. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes they follow you because they think you're their personal entertainment center. You could be sitting on the couch watching TV and suddenly your Jack Russell is right there beside you, ready for action. What's on next? Is it time for a fetch? Or maybe we can chase our tails for an hour. They're just waiting for any sign of fun because, let's face it, if there's one thing a Jack Russell loves more than following you around, it's turning every moment into an adventure. But here's the kicker. If your Jack Russell suddenly starts following you everywhere when it didn't used to do that, it might be time to check in on its health. Sometimes dogs become clingy because they're feeling unwell or are experiencing some form of discomfort. So if your little buddy suddenly becomes your shadow out of nowhere, don't just brush it off as affection. Take them to the vet, because nothing says I love you quite like a dog that thinks it needs to keep tabs on your every move. In conclusion, whether it's love, anxiety, curiosity, or sheer boredom driving your Jack Russell to follow you everywhere, one thing is clear. These little guys are all about companionship. They want to be part of everything, even if that means watching you do absolutely nothing. So embrace the shadow. After all, who wouldn't want a tiny cheerleader following them around saying, "You can do this. You can make it through another day of laundry. Thank you and good night."